Welcome to K-Drama Divas, a podcast and community for passionate fans of Korean dramas. Join us as we explore the captivating world of K-dramas, discussing the latest releases, timeless classics, and everything in between. Whether you're a seasoned K-drama addict or just stepping into this addictive realm, get ready to laugh, cry, and fangirl with the K-Drama Divas. Welcome to the K-Drama Divas podcast. My name's Amanda.
I'm Serena.
I'm Maureen.
We're the K-Drama Divas.
Hello.
Hello. We are talking about Hospital Playlist Season 1. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to Kim in Wyoming. Hey, Kira.
Sister-in-law.
We miss you.
We do miss you.
And I got the comment about Marry My Husband. She was very addicted.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, everybody that has watched that has been addicted.
Mm-hmm.
That's like,
It's a great one.
has
It really
anybody
is.
watched it that hasn't liked it and hasn't been addicted to it?
I don't think so.
Everybody I know, like I know tons of people that watch it.
No, but
There are
Marie,
people that I know have watched it.
but I think even the the ratings things. I think a lot of people have watched it.
Really?
Yeah. So we agree with you and we miss you.
Yes, and thanks for the feedback.
Yeah.
Thanks for the shout out.
All right. So Hospital Playlist. Maureen has been bursting with energy wanting to talk about this
For a long time.
Yeah.
for a long time. But we couldn't because Serena hadn't seen it.
That's right. I'm the bad co-host.
It's always you or me.
Well, you finally watched it.
Somebody has to be.
That's only part 1, and I want you to watch the other 12.
So how long ago did you watch part 1?
Oh my gosh. It's been at least a year, but I've watched it many times.
Since then.
Yes.
And when did you watch it, Amanda?
That's a good question. Do you remember?
Not recently, though.
No.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if I can find, I feel like it was last year,
Oh, wow.
but I wonder if I can find out.
Okay, so it's been a bit. So I'm like really slow. And the reason why is because I actually tried to start it a couple times over the last however many months. And I just couldn't even get through the first one.
I wonder why.
I don't know. And whenever I'm, every episode as I'm watching it, I'm thinking, okay, one, Maureen says I have to watch this. And two, it's like there's elements I like and there's elements I don't like. And I think that's why still, even after finishing the whole first season, I can't say I'm hooked. I can't say that I'm like,
Wow.
I'm not. So I'm only watching. And so Amanda was telling me that, because I don't want to speak for you, but the other day Amanda was saying that she wasn't really into it. And I don't know, I forget what we said, but you said, I asked you, why did you watch this second season of it then? And you said, because there were a lot of questions that were unanswered at the end of one, which I totally agree with.
Okay.
And I think that's really what is making me, it's like, okay, now I have to watch the second one, not because I'm 100% into it, maybe 50% into it. But there are some the elements that I like, I need some answers to.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's my quick.
Is it the romance?
Yeah, see the romance that I love their relationships, their friendships. I love the romance part of it is intriguing, and some of it's
So is it just the surgeries that turn you off?
there's to me it's not that it turns me off. It just doesn't interest me. There's so much about the hospital and the surgeries and
medical stuff.
that I have no. So I think because there's so much of that, that's maybe the disconnect for me. Not that it's a bad series. It's just too much of that for me.
I understand that because I've never been the type of person to want to watch a medical show because I'm a little bit of a hypochondriac. So when I watch these medical shows, I think, oh no, what if something's wrong with my liver? So, oh no.
So you took it all off.
What if I need to see a pediatrician? Maybe I do.
I don't mind. See, and that's where also with like murders and homicides, I don't mind watching the real thing. I don't like TV shows about made up stuff when it comes to surgeries and murders and, that kind of stuff. But I'll watch the real ones. So maybe because, I don't know. Yeah. So anyway.
There is a huge part of Hospital Playlist 1 and 2 are the surgeries and the diagnoses and it makes sense. It makes sense. So I think that especially like people that loved ER or Grey's Anatomy,
Right.
who get into Korean dramas, they will love this.
Yeah. See, and I've never seen even 5 minutes of either of those shows. So
Have you, Mom? Back in the day?
Grey's Anatomy, I watched for the first 5 or 6 years, but that's it.
That's
Wow.
it? 6 years?
Well, it's been on it's been on 20 years, I think.
oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
See, those just never did anything for me.
Yeah. So, I haven't watched those either, but I think that Hospital Playlist is way different than probably a show like Grey's Anatomy.
Yes, it is.
just because it's Korean drama.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Has to be different.
Oh, it is.
The only reason I would watch it. And there are some very sweet elements to it because it's all about friendship and it's pure-hearted.
I agree.
And their band, it's so
Or that the reason they started the band was because of that one doctor.
Right.
The
The
OBGYN.
OBGYN. He wanted to have a band. He wanted their band back.
Right.
Yeah.
And so,
He refuses to work at the same hospital with them unless they start
Yeah.
the band up.
Exactly.
It's just so funny because the band, it's not like they're a world-class, amazing
hey,
band.
did you know they all actually play their instruments?
I
And they
thought
sing.
I wondered if they casted them knowing that they had to play those instruments or
You know
sing.
what? I don't know about all of them, but I know that him, the keyboardist,
Right.
he learned right before it
Oh,
started.
really?
Yes.
Wow.
Wait, is the keyboardist the pediatrician?
He's
No,
the OBGYN.
The OBGYN. Oh my
Right.
gosh, I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
get them all mixed up. Well, I haven't seen it since December. I looked back at our chats, Mom. It's been since December. But
Wow.
what's funny is I'm kind of like, I have this like negative, like, oh, I don't like Hospital Playlist. It's boring. But when I look back at it, I have fond memories, like an old friend. So I look back at Hospital Playlist with fond memories, which is strange because I don't would outwardly say, watch this. But
Yeah, I just think it's so good.
What makes
And-
you think that? What elements of it make
What
it so
is-
good?
Probably the friendships and the romance and the music that they perform. I just and I love the 5 main characters,
Right.
and I love a few of the secondary characters too, like the mother of the pediatrician
Yes.
and her boyfriend.
Yes.
Yes.
Don't give me any details.
Oh, no,
But do they eventually get together and be more than 10
Well,
just friends?
asking for a lot of details. So
Yeah,
you're just
never
going to
mind.
wait and see, Serena.
Why? Never mind.
I have a question for you because, Serena, you like some of the romances too. What are your favorites romances so far? Favorite connections?
Okay, I thought that the main gal and then the tall, thin guy that was in, what was that one he was in that we watched? Oh, crud. Now I can't
Fresh
think of
Prince
it.
and Romance.
Yes. I thought those two were going to end up together. But obviously not. Well, I know because he gets with somebody else.
Oh.
So, okay, so here's my thought on it all. So I thought they were going to get together. She obviously is with the other guy's sister at the moment. I don't know if that can change or not. Seems a little odd to me I don't know. And he's just like, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if they stay together. That's my thought.
Mm-hmm.
The keyboardist, the OBGYN,
Mm-hmm.
he's divorced. I just found out that I think he kind of still was hooked on his ex-wife, but now maybe he's getting over that. And the gal at the hospital that likes him,
The doctor.
yes, hopefully he'll give her a shot. Then there is the other doctor, the pediatrician, who was going to be a priest. And now he's decided not to because he's realized that he's in love with this other gal. And I think that's a very cute part of it. I'm really hopeful that she and the other guy get together, the guy with the kid.
Wait, who?
The girl, the main
Yeah.
girl.
Okay.
I don't know.
And the liver doctor.
He
Was in Captivating the King.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I hope they do. And I just started season 2, so I'm a little ahead of what we're really talking about, but she just turned him down, which broke my heart. I did cry though. But that to me was really, really sad. So
I
as far as
know.
romances, that's where I'm at.
Okay. Good to know because there's 2 seasons
Yeah.
and I don't want to spoil anything for you. So,
Yes.
yeah. I mean, there's some good romances. They're slow. You have to admit
Yes.
it.
Very
I mean, the first season, you're kind of like,
nothing happens to end.
and then it's over and you're like, I have questions.
Hey, you know what? We could have had to have waited 2 years.
My question, and maybe we'll talk about this later. So how many years were between season 1 and season 2?
2019 was the first season. And 2021 was the second season.
So
Oh.
I keep thinking, okay, back up. So 1, they start number 2. And even though it's been a couple of years, they act like it's the next day,
Exactly.
except for the son.
I'm glad they kept him though. But
Yes.
it's so funny. In America,
Oh.
they'd just be like, we're bringing in someone new.
Right.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that kid is adorable.
He's really
Mhm.
I mean, he is adorable.
Yes. Yes.
So
I that kind of threw me for a loop because I was expecting it to not like be one day to the next. I was expecting
Yeah.
there to be some time in between. And so like they show the gal, she was going to move away and all that. And it's like, oh no, nothing's changed and everything. So I just looked up, why did they split it into 2 seasons? Because it's
12
only
and 12.
12 and 12. So why didn't they just make one season? That makes no sense to me.
If you'll notice, they're long episodes.
Right. They're over an hour each.
Mm-hmm.
Hour
like-
15, hour 30.
I think the last episode's like almost 2 hours.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's almost 2 hours. And I think there's a few of them like that.
Okay. So I looked up, just FYI, I looked up, why did they split it into 2 seasons? And it says Shin initially developed hospital playlists with 3 seasons in mind, which should have been released across 3 years. But at the end of this season 2, he expressed uncertainty towards the future of the series, citing exhaustion and other problems as reasons. So were the actors and actresses all tired? And I mean, what was going on? It makes me really
I don't
wonder
know,
now.
but I'd been waiting for it, but instead they're
Waiting for
just-
3?
Yes. And I thought they had mentioned that 3 was going to be out this year, like in the later part of the year. But now I hear it's just an offshoot. It's one of the secondary characters. They're going to focus on her.
I just can't imagine that.
I know.
I wonder if COVID had anything to do with it. Like,
Oh, interesting.
caused delays. And then it's been so long that people are like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But all 4 of them came on his show, or not on his show, but they came and talked with him. I'm talking about A-List to Playlist.
A-List to Playlist is a reality TV series. Is it on Netflix?
Netflix.
And The Liver Doctor and Hospital Playlist,
Who is
his
also the king from...
Captivating the King.
Yes, he had I watched it, but it's like it's flipped my mind why he wanted to do this. But anyway, it's like he had 100 days in between Captivating the King and his next shoot. And so that's why it was like this thing. They wanted to see if he could
come up with an
produce,
album.
write an album and sing it because he's so, and I'm thinking, he's not an amateur anyway, but they're saying it's like he's an amateur. But I'm thinking he's been in musicals and he's obviously.
But still, I
But
mean,
that's
if you look at someone who's in musicals, that's not necessarily a professional.
Right.
I guess so. That's
And if he doesn't do it for a living per se.
right. But anyway,
What's his name?
oh my gosh.
Cho Suk?
Yes, Cho Jung-suk. I don't know how I'm pronouncing it, but. And he is married to Gummy,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess she is a top singer there.
Oh,
And so, yeah, they've been married since 2018.
wow.
Fun fact, he's going to be in something called Land of Happiness.
Hmm.
Did you know?
No.
This year.
I'll watch. I mean, I don't know anything about it, but I like him as an
I
actor,
know,
so
I
I'll
do
watch it.
too.
Yeah. So
He's also going to be in something called Pilot.
Yes, I know about that. I've heard of that one.
he's busy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I kind of gave my quick overview of what I thought of Hospital Playlist, and now we've gone off on 15 different rabbit trails. What do you guys think? I mean, we know what Maureen thinks, that maybe she could articulate her thoughts as to.
Oh my gosh. There were a lot of scenes in that where I was bawling. I mean,
Really?
oh, yes.
Oh.
What scenes? Medical scenes?
Yes.
Or
Oh,
okay.
because of the situations
my
of them.
gosh. Oh, I was.
They're
oh,
all very extreme
Yeah.
situations, but they're the top doctors, right?
Right.
So that's their professors.
They're all professors,
right.
which means that they're all teaching those people under them. But anyway, oh gosh, I just think I just tell everybody you've got to watch it. You have to. I mean, really. When I think about how I noticed it for a year and a half or maybe close to 2 years almost, and I would just let it go by and I'd think, no. Hospital Playlist, what a strange name.
Right.
And then I have to admit, the first time I watched it, I sped through the songs, and that was a big mistake. A big mistake.
I sped through some of the songs. I would listen to some of them, but it was like, okay, this is taking so long. So I would
That's why I did it. But you know what?
listen to part of it,
Oh.
at least get the gist.
Well, and I was at the beginning, I was listening to them. And then I think before we talked about it the other day, I kind of sped through some of them. And then you mentioned that you sped through them. And you were like, oh no, don't speed through them. But then I realized that, and I don't know if it was from the get-go. I don't think it would not the beginning, but then they start singing, and then they bring in elements of the drama as they're in the background. So you have to listen through the whole song. Otherwise you're missing chunks.
Yeah.
Important chunks.
Yes.
That's true. I do admit I would have to rewind sometimes. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Yeah.
Because I think, I don't want to miss that.
Exactly. But the music itself, so I think we were talking earlier, they're not a band as that would go on tour.
Oh,
And
no, they're
not
just,
they just get together. And I
Yeah.
think that's what they do to be together. Like we do podcasting to be together, right?
That's like our band. That's really funny that you'd say that, because that was what I wanted to say.
Oh, really?
Because I feel like they use it as stress relief and be
Right, yeah.
together and
Yes.
yeah.
be friends, because life is so chaotic for them.
Yes.
And they're not professionals, but yet they like practice like they are.
Mhm.
And it really reminds me of us and this podcast that we're doing.
It's funny we had the same thought.
Mhm.
Sometimes when we get together to podcast, I do feel like I'm in Hospital Playlist, that I'm one of them. Like we're coming together and we're trying to create something and we don't really know what we're doing and we're fumbling through it and having a great time.
Right. And that's the thing is enjoy it. We just have fun. So
Which reminds me, if you want to drop us a line, our email address is 3kdramadivas@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. Tell us what you think about Hospital Playlist.
I hope you love it.
If you don't, she will come and find you.
Do you have, Amanda, you haven't said much about it at all. What are your thoughts?
Oh, yeah. I haven't. So some of my thoughts. So it's not like I don't like it. I just felt like it was really long and a little bit slow. But some of the storylines, like the romances, get you interested where you want to find out more. And then it leaves you pretty much hanging at the end of season
I
one.
think
Right.
I like season 2 a lot more.
There must
Yes,
be
Miss
more
Amy.
romance. There must be more romance.
So, well, anyway,
Oh, and you know what? I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, but I guess I am.
So you're not too sorry.
you're
I
allowed to interrupt,
rarely-
Mom. You're allowed to interrupt, Mom.
You're allowed to interrupt.
I love the doctor that is under the heart specialist. I don't know his name, but you know the doctor that follows him all around. It's tells him he loves him and all.
He was cheated out of money, I believe.
He was cheated out,
Yes.
honey.
Yes.
Poor guy.
But season 2 is coming up.
So what I wanted to say, though, about Hospital Playlists,
Yes.
don't try to stop me, Mom.
Don't interrupt.
I'm just kidding because she's so scared I'm going to say something bad, like I don't like it. But like I said, it's just slow. And I think the best time to watch it is on a fall day when it's raining and kind of chilly and you have a cup of tea and a blanket and no one to bother you and you just turn it on
And watch it. And
for
that's
so long.
that's because Monday was a holiday and I was stuck on 6 or 7. And so I had like an hour and a half. I was home alone. And so that's what I
Ooh.
did. I know.
That's nice.
So
But I kind of joke, and I think I've joked with both of you, that it seems like all they do is they like do their surgeries and then they're like, let's go eat. Like every episode, they eat 10 times.
and
It's
get
just-
coffee.
Yes. It's funny though that the two that they call them piggies, I think.
Right. With the girl,
And,
the heart doctor.
Heart doctor.
The brain doctor and the heart doctor
No.
nibble their food up.
Yes.
And eat a lot
And they eat
Yeah.
a lot.
more than the others.
But food is such a huge part of this show. It really is. They're always eating.
Yes.
They are. They're always eating. They're always getting coffee. Like so much. If you don't crave Korean food by the end of this, I mean, come on. Tell me you weren't craving a bowl of ramen.
Oh, I always want ramen when I watch J-dramas.
You know what? It must be. Food must be important over there anyway.
Yeah.
It must be. I mean,
It's important everywhere.
you know what I mean.
It's part of like the culture and being together and
because even getting back to that show, A-list to playlist that he's on, when they all came together, when they all came in, I mean, he had food for them all,
right.
and I just noticed that. I mean,
It's a sign of hospitality and
well,
being together.
I think back about church and how when you eat with somebody, you become family. I mean,
Mm.
it's just something that, you don't eat with,
anyone.
yeah, and you talk about things and it just is a different dynamic. So, and then I was thinking about, some of their surgeries, they show the clock and, the count, how long the surgery has gone on and everything. They're like 8-12 hours
yeah.
in a surgery. And I think that's reality, right? I think
Mhm.
that's truth. And as I'm watching this, I'm thinking they're up all the time. They hardly ever sleep, but they're always on it. And yet they still go into these 5, 8, 12-hour surgeries and are so smart. And I don't
Mhm.
know how to explain how, and not just in the drama, but in real life, the people that do this are just incredible to
They
be able
are.
to do that, and the stamina they have and all the coffee I'm sure they drink. So after an 8 or 12-hour surgery, of course, all you're thinking about is sleep.
I'm going to eat and go to bed. You're right. You're absolutely right.
So that is, I mean, that
Right.
kind of has brought that to light to me about how many hours
Mm-hmm.
really surgeries can go.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I kind of forgot about that, but I think they did a really good portrayal of that, of the reality.
I agree too. And I was thinking that earlier when I was watching them is I think that their portrayal of doctors and nurses and the whole hospital staff, what they put into their profession and what they do and what they go through and all the sacrifices they make, I think they've done a great job portraying that and showing that and bringing it to the forefront as far as us being really aware of what they do, right?
Yeah, it's exhausting. I would not want to do it.
No, God bless them all.
Mhm.
So-
as we talk about this, I feel like, oh, I like hospital playlist. Because talking about it makes me
Yes.
like it more, Serena. I'm just curious.
No, I mean, there's still, it's just the element, you know, again, we went
I
back
hope
to
that we talk about
friendships and stuff.
after you finish episode
Or series 2. I will.
If we should rate it after.
Let's rate it after.
Okay.
Yes, don't rate it now.
She's rolling her eyes. I wish you could see. What else do you guys want to say about this drama? Anything else?
And I feel like the OBGYN, you have to understand that his mother is a big reason why he's the way he is.
Right.
Have they gone much into his mother?
And yes, they have. I think his father was in episode 1 and his father passed away.
Right.
So like, they showed his mom like she dumped
And dirty water.
Oh, that was funny.
Oh my gosh.
That was funny. Oh, shown, you know, but I think, and maybe I'm thinking of a different one, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think he didn't have a whole lot to do with her for a long time until there was some conflict, right?
Oh no, I think he's always had something to do with his mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did
Yeah.
I think they said something about how
He
now I'm going to go back and listen
He's
and
kind of a
find
mama's
it.
I was
boy.
going to say that. He's kind of a mama's boy.
Okay. I thought he wasn't until later, but okay.
Oh no, he's a mama's boy.
Oh, yeah. I mean, he calls her and tells her,
Yes.
I'm going here and okay.
Yes.
So I can't talk much because my daughter's the same way. He's like, what should I eat tonight, Mom? I had this for lunch. What should I have for dinner? You know, I mean, he literally, she kind of runs.
Right.
She runs his life.
Right.
And he'll probably, oh, never mind.
Well, baby, you're going to go
When
here.
she-
I think that his mom and the heart surgeon's mom, right?
Yes.
Because she's in it a lot.
Yes.
So the heart surgeon's mom has the boyfriend that
Mhm,
really
uh-huh.
isn't yet a boyfriend, but I'm thinking they will be if maybe they'll get married. So he has a friend that runs the hospital. I'm kind of thinking the OBGYN mom and the other guy might get together because the four of them are hanging out.
You'll have to wait and see.
Okay. But now I know they won't. There's more.
She control herself, people.
She's younger than her.
So what?
I mean, she's grouchy. She's a grouchy old thing.
You know what? There's somebody for everybody. Maybe he likes grouchy, or maybe he'll change her and she won't be grouchy anymore because
Maybe-
true love.
Yes, true love.
That'll change her heart.
I tell you, you will like. You
Nope.
will like.
Don't say
You
anything.
will like it better than
Okay. Well,
series
you know
1.
what? We've got to wrap up this discussion because Maureen's about to spill all of season 2 if we
No,
keep
I'm
going.
not.
And then I'll have to watch it. I only
Well-
said that to get Jeff. I'll watch it.
Boy, I'm tempted to watch it all over again now, Jen.
You probably will.
Did you when season 2 was coming out, and I know you've watched season 1 a bunch of times, but did you like rewatch it so you were like fresh in your mind to start season 2?
What do you mean? It just went all the way through season 1 and season 2.
Oh, they were all out when she
Yeah.
started it.
You didn't have to wait the couple of
No.
years in between them.
No, I never waited.
Could you imagine?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Because I couldn't have, that would have ticked me off.
Oh, are you kidding? That would have
totally
been
would've-
horrible.
Yeah.
You know what? It kind of reminds me of the doctor. Oh my gosh. Attorney Wu. because Attorney Wu ended, and I felt like there was a lot of unfinished business. And there's been no season 2, and I don't know if there will be. I heard there would be, but
Okay, he just got out of the military.
well, they need to be working on that.
But on yours and my scale, most K-dramas need a season 2.
But right, but that really did. I feel like it really did. It needed one. Well, thank you for listening to part 1 of Hospital Playlist. We've had a great time talking about it.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of the K-Drama Divas podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's episode as much as we did. Before we part ways, don't forget to subscribe, rate, and leave a review wherever you get your podcasts. Connect with us on social media at K-Drama Divas to stay up to date on recent podcasts and to share your thoughts and recommendations.